when she touch her follow. Drive me crazy, drive me loco. Took my hand, she round me mojo. Oh, so baby, when you wanna come. Go crazy when you dance for me. Oh, baby, when you wanna come. Slow baby when you wanna come. Go crazy when you dance for me. Go crazy when you wanna come.
That's why I need a one dance. That's why you give me one chance. Girl, I like the size of your waistline. The way you move that body to the baseline.
Hello guys, welcome to the African Diary Show. Today with me, your host Kate Ndongo. And on this show, we get to learn more about the people of Africa, the problems they encounter in their day-to-day life. And today being on a Monday, I hope that your weekend was fantastic. It wasn't boring like mine, because I spent the weekend all from Monday, from Friday to Sunday. I spent my weekend indoors, just doing a lot of nothing. But I hope your weekend was fantastic and you enjoyed. So, guys, welcome to this show. This is the African Diaries show with me, your host, Kate Ndongo. And this show is where we get to learn more about the people of Africa, the problems they encounter in their day-to-day life. And talking about the problems they encounter in their day-to-day lives. Today we'll get to know about the African economy, how the African economy is, and we'll get to learn more. We'll get to see the countries doing most, and the countries doing most in the African economy, and we'll get to learn more about the African economy. I hope you'll enjoy this show and love it as well. Welcome, guys. So on the African economy, we'll get to look the major problems affecting the African economy, and due to this pandemic called COVID-19, it has majorly affected the African economy, and because there's a lot of businesses that got to an end due to this pandemic, and so many people are not working because of this pandemic. And as you've heard, some of our governments told us to stay indoors, and so we are really trying to work on that. And today we'll get to see even the most countries that have improved in their economy, even if the pandemic is really causing us the chaos. And so major problems with the African economy is lack of funding for roads and telecommunications, water and electricity. And I believe there's no way you'll work. For instance, let's say, for example, you're a marketer. Okay, you sell like what will we say? You sell like fruits, and they are okay. Or let's say, for instance, you sell like flowers, perishable things, clothes, and so there's lack of good roads in your country. So how will you be able to get your products to the market? So the most things affecting the marketing industries, or else the African economy is lack of funding for roads and telecommunication, water and electricity. And there's no way you'll work at a place where there's no water or maybe electricity. You can try cope, but I don't I don't think you'll work at a place where there's no water and there's no good roads. Because for instance, you're taking flowers or fruits to the market, they'll go bad before they reach the market if there are no good roads. So the failure of critical infrastructure is a major risk to the business in the region, and the countries doing well in the economically in Africa are we'll get to see the most countries doing well in the economy of Africa, and we'll get to see what their most or their major income, so as to be the best, to emerge the best in the economy of Africa. And for instance, Ethiopia is one of them, and then there is Rwanda, Tanzania, Cote d'Ivoire. I don't know how you you pronounce that word, but for me, I'll just say Cote d'Ivoire and Benin and Ghana. And let's look at Ethiopia and what are the factors that contribute to economic growth in Ethiopia. And in Ethiopia, if you notice, there is improved political and macroeconomic climate, and there is also high domestic demand, high commodity prices, and increase in external financial flows. And their main source of income is agriculture. What does Ethiopia farm? Because agriculture. Agriculture. We shall take, okay, before we look at what Ethiopia does in agriculture, we shall take a short commercial break, then we'll be back. Yeah, and please guys, keep sending your comments, and thanks for joining the broadcast.
Yeah, everything I do is like a memory. Memory, vast memory. Let it stick in your mind like a memory. Memory, vast memory. Everything I do is like a memory. Memory, vast memory. Let it stick in your mind like a memory. Memory, vast memory. It go quick. Yo, open that book of my channel. Now that I'm sitting with the planner. Chapter 1, that's my character. That makes it work like a fear factor. Started with a step that I got here. Now make them feel like trouble is near. Copy and paste down history. Money and fame and victory. Though I'm in the valley of vanity, but I'm the rush of the trinity. Now today I'm blessed, I'ma stand the best. Me and speak this fast and beat the rest. But I'm on no brain up to shoot the lines. Belly I want to tell my lines. Then I get you confused with bad lines. I like my words for future reference. Everything I do is like a memory. Memory, vast memory. Let it stick in your mind like a memory. Memory, vast memory. Everything I do is like a memory. Memory, vast memory. Let it stick in your mind like a memory. Memory, vast memory. I was taught that I'm a TV show. That kind of list in the list of issues. Came from the east like a missionary. Preaching that gospel to the visionary. I come upon him a soldier, so I meet with my legacy is still my promise. I put the thing with the water in my blood. Can't mean like a tree. I'm a check in the top. And my lips to the top. Cause I don't speak a language. If you don't know to say, then you choose to die. I told my boss with a suit and tie. Feeling like I'm tired. Let me tie the tie. I got that thing like Mr. Vegas. Then I flow with this beat like I'm going to Vegas. I'm in a fast fight like I'm going to Dallas. Then I have a memory like I deal with dollars. Everything I do is like a memory. Memory vibes, memory. Let it stick in your mind like a memory. Memory vibes, memory. Everything I do is like a memory. Memory vibes, memory. Let it stick in your mind like a memory. Memory vibes, memory. Everything I do is like a memory. Memory vibes, memory. Let it stick in your mind like a memory. Memory vibes, memory. Everything I do is like a memory. Memory vibes, memory. Let it stick in your mind like a memory. Memory vibes, memory. I sit a bag kada wala wanyanya wanataka nisemenya na watawanya ninawaita mkutano kwa kanyanya alafu na wakaore like yaya wanapika tabasamu mimi naona mawanya lakini asiyetikana na wapiga na waya na nimeadilika kama unga wanababaika diko kufungwa na hata masuja wa nchi walifungwa wakaacha kumbukumbu za kukumba na iko queen akiimba kumbuka umati wangu walizunguka nikitaja daily kwenye maisha mzuka wanajua nikiongea na kuacha na pancha see this is the sweetest revenge that I keep eye before you see your career is over dead. Everything I do is like a memory. Memory vibes, memory. Let it stick in your mind like a memory. Memory vibes, memory. Everything I do is like a memory. Memory vibes, memory. Let it stick in your mind like a memory. Memory vibes, memory. Everything I do is like a memory. Memory vibes, memory. Let it stick in your mind like a memory. Memory vibes, memory. Everything I do is like a memory. Memory vibes, memory. Let it stick in your mind like a memory. Memory vibes, memory.
Yes, guys, welcome back. That was Memories. Yeah, and we were looking what's majorly the Ethiopian income in agriculture, and in agriculture in Ethiopia they most do coffee farming, and that's Arabica coffee, I guess, and so they do most of exports, and that's where they earn their income from, and I believe that's the most part they get their income from, and with that they are able to emerge the best economic country in the Africa, or else the East Africa is the East Africa. But yeah, the coffee farming has grown Ethiopia very good, and yeah, it's taking Ethiopia very good, and with that, well, the Ethiopian economic activities has very well grown, and so let's get to look at other places like Rwanda. What's the main source of income in Rwanda? And so it's like these countries share the same export thing. Sorry, it's like they share the most common thing of or else factor of getting income. It's they also export coffee. So they get 60% of their income they get from coffee, exportation of coffee, and there's this 30% they get from tea, exportation of tea, and there are also breweries, and so they are breweries mainly made in Rwanda, and with that they are able to emerge maybe the second best in the African economy, and they are doing very well. By the way, they are doing very well, yeah, and we can say they are really trying, yeah, and compared to the Ethiopian economy, we can say Ethiopia is higher than Rwanda, but it's like they are competing. Yeah. So let's look at the third most country that is really doing well in Africa, in the economy of Africa, or else let's get to know which country is doing very well in the African economy. It's there is also Tanzania, where their main source of income is tourism, mining, construction, agriculture, and manufacturing. What do Tanzanians farm? Or else what do Tanzanians mine? And I believe there's a lot of gold in Tanzania. There's diamond, there's coal, there's iron, and there are so many things in Tanzania. Yani, Tanzania is very rich of these mining schemes. Yeah. And manufacturing, what do Tanzanians manufacture? I'm not very sure about manufacturing in Tanzania, but maybe they manufacture these food processing in Tanzania, in textiles, there's clothing, there's chemicals. The chemicals, it's only 8.5%, and there are other things, including beverages, like this beverage called, it's an alcohol called konyagi. I believe it's from Tanzania. There's leather and leather products. There's paper and paper products, publishing and printing, and there's plastics. And yeah, so Tanzania is also doing the most in the African economy. It's contributing more. The most frustrating thing, it's that Tanzania is even doing more than Kenya in the African economy. And compared to what we saw, Ethiopia is doing the most in the African economy. And with that, we're able to know how the African economy is. And let's take a short commercial break, then a short musical break, and we'll be back in a few.
Hello, baby on the beat.
I worry Mata, Mr. Melba. Swap. C'est rare, boys. Yeah. I want time, say you want to get on the groove. I have baby tired of shoe. I have too time, I know that's like in the mood. Baby, no go Chris on the room. I have 3 times, say baby, they rap in my hood. And I got the bank in your hood. I have 4 times, lyrically shine your mood. Spiritually change your mood. Yeah, we get the jumps, making the voice of me, making the dance. Oh yeah, when you come in at the place, the way we roll, then it like a mustard. Oh yeah, then we drop in the melodies, first in the speakers, and feel the sound. Oh yeah, steady busting the jumps, making it mad. Oh yeah, we'll be steady balling. I want to see Cubana without the fresh ladies, they looking like an Habana. You know that they tell me they like him a banana. For me, they must speak in the one Ghana. I keep it soft and simple, pure Americana. Musically, mother, I find no me gather. I'm not just another boy, I'm a business mama. When I be living the president like I live in Java. And I be dumping the hustle now, they get $1. I need my time, call it, I was a farmer. You know, they tell me anything when we not talking more. Because if I won't turn about it, then they holler. You live in a 10 age, man, we not talking mecca. When I be crown like I see none as a mecca. Ufada sita, you must know more as a mecca. You know, they tell me anything, you steady make it cover. You have somebody that's simple, live better. You keep steady, you know, they just mecca. They take off a simple, man, they just mecca. in the headline, I mean, they see it. More person, I'm steady past speaker. Swagged up on the hall, with that figure. Cutting the game, like I said, that figure. Lyrically sick as them, they go all. She wants to get on the groove. I have every tire I shoot. I have 2 times, I know that's like in the mood. Maybe no go Chris on the road. I have 3 times, so we need that up in my hood. And I got the bank in your hood. I have 4 times, lyrically shine your mood. Spiritually change your mood. You know what's up, yeah, let them know. If I grown, I doesn't like a jinkano. I don't see this style, but Fajano. When I'm not bumble on the street, I'm not bumble. Doga Nenu, I'm a Nakano. Menu Pumuzo, but you get them, Menu. You know, I bought all of the Nelino. They're just sending up with them. I see the kitchen, one day, Menu. I can't call the far fully Mampano. If I check out Fubus on the Fakono, I could put no Yaman in the Tono. Grab a man that is sick and no. For them with dignity. I can bet this jacket was fantasy. I don't want to stop blocking fantasy. I can let go of the one thing. When I talk to them, what is it get to say? You got us got the body to promising. We got to come massive, but it's a fantasy. Yeah, thank God for blessings and destiny. Say, I'm not going to dance on the definite. No, I don't have my stand and be blessing it. Steady, not to be doing on the definite. She wants to get on the groove. I have every time in the shoe. You know, go Chris on the road. I have 3 times, so we need that up in my hood. And I got the bank in your hood. I have 4 times, lyrically shine your mood. Spiritually change your mood. It's baby on the beat.
Yes, welcome guys to the African show, to the African Diary show with me, your host Kate Ndongo. And on this show today, we're learning more about the African economy, and we've seen how some African countries are doing in the economy, and so right now I'm about to tell you, like, we are about to learn the most economical country, or the country doing the most in the African economy, and that's Nigeria with the best economy in Africa, I believe. And the economy of Nigeria is a middle income, mixed economy and emerging markets with expanding manufacturing, financial, service, communication, technology, and entertainment sectors. It is ranked as the 27th largest economy in the world in terms of nominal GDP, and the 24th largest in terms of purchasing power parity. And that's amazing in the world. Like, that's amazing because we can see Africa is heading somewhere. According to what we just saw, Nigeria is doing the best in the world, and Nigeria is not a very rich country, but the Nigerian economy is one of the largest in Africa. Since the late 1960s, it has been based on primarily on the petroleum industry. So its most income is from the petroleum, and a series of world oil prices increases from 1973 produced rapid economic growth in transportation, construction, manufacturing, and government services. So we've seen Nigeria is mostly based on petroleum selling, and there's also transportation, construction, and manufacturing, and government services. And with that, we are able to see where our African countries are heading, or else our continent where we are ranged at. Nigerian economy is dominated by crude oil. That's what I said, petroleum, and which accounts for about 10% of the economy for the country's GDP and 70% of government revenue and more than 83% of the country's total export earnings, according to the OPEC. Nigeria is the world's 8th oil exporter, and wow, that's amazing. Imagine being the 8th of the world. You know how many countries the world has. Okay, we're not focusing more on that, but Nigeria is doing so well in the industry, and Nigeria is the world's and its oil reserves are estimated at about 35 billion barrels. And economy of Nigeria. The Nigerian economy is one of the largest in the Africa. As I said, Nigeria is doing very well. And what is the government doing to improve the economy, or else what is the government doing to help the economy grow? I believe the government is trying to improve the infrastructure of the countries, and with that we can be able to improve the economy, because when the infrastructure is improved, for example, the roads, there's more, or we can say, when the roads are improved, or the infrastructure is improved, we can be able to improve the marketing services, because farmers will be able to take their products to the market very well without complaints and without any losses on the roads, because some of these roads they are very poor, like for transporting your goods. Like, for instance, let's say you're transporting you're transporting some perishable goods or fruits, and let's say they are ripe mangoes or bananas. These roads, they have so many potholes. Now imagine the bananas, they are being passed to those potholes. Kila mandizi inapitishwa kwa pothole, and then so when they are getting to the market, they have gone bad. And let's get to know what the government is doing to improve, or else to protect the economy of Africa. Are the government obligated to provide social protection or social amenities to the marketers, to the sellers, yani to the people doing marketing services? And the COVID-19 pandemic is likely to have long-lasting consequences. And the pandemic has caused so many trouble, and due to that, the economy is going very bad. And guys, we'll be taking a short musical break, and then we'll be back.
All of a sudden they know me. I touch on my chance, you feel me. You tell me dropping with my feeling. Jengi kata very tiki. Mudili nipanda, nijishana mabala. Nipundili kuislamu kuipepe. Tiko bakene, ukeli wafele la nyege benyegen. Say it's success. ngibhekile bona bazama ukumvimbela Thixo bangenele umtshali baphelela ngeke bengekele Hey i-success ngibhekile bona bazama ukumvimbela
Girl, I'm pushing, girl, I'm harder. I've been waiting for a long time. Girl, I'm pushing, girl, I'm harder. I've been waiting for a long time. I say these rappers trying to pull me down. I pray to God they never phase me. I say these people trying to pull me down. I pray to God they never phase me.
Thixo ngiyaziletha awulami ngizona bazama ukumvimbela bheka bangikhona phakathi gas kafula igas awuvele vele angithatha ama-chance ama-rhyme uyantona impilo enzima iyakhokha khona niyekela ukuzona khona niyekela ukuzona I'm out in this race nobody's race I'm from the streets vele ngeke ungikhona ngitshela njengeshethi fana ngithi ngekujeshi phakamisa itrasi fana ngithi ngekujeshi njengeshethi fana ngithi vele ngekujeshi thathala phakamisa itrasi fana ngithi njeshi njengesikolo khona impilo enzima push grind bayazi vele fana ngithi mina vele blind all of a sudden they know me angithatha ama-chance you feel me your time is up ikumasile thenga iqala vele city kunini ngiphanda ningidlala amabala ningidlala amabala ngiboneleni bezama ukungivimbela Thixo bangenele umtshali baphelela ngeke bengekele nayi i-success ngibhekile bona bazama ukumvimbela Thixo bangenele umtshali baphelela ngeke bengekele nayi i-success ngibhekile bona bazama ukumvimbela
Girl, I'm pushing, girl, I'm harder. I've been waiting for a long time. Girl, I'm pushing, girl, I'm harder. I've been waiting for a long time. I say these rappers trying to pull me down.
Girl, in my way. Girl, come my way. Girl, that girl with the come my way. Girl, come my way. See, I like the way you did. I like the way you did. I see you they come my way. That booty like you Beyonce, and I'm liking how you did. Liking how you did. Step on down, the booty on me. Don't you put it on me. 1, 2, 3. She did out of my league. Don't you smoke my way. Come with me. Looking like you need a trip. Don't you ride on me. Ride on me. I got you begging for more. We gon' get out on the floor. Yeah, you control the girl. You don't need to hit my road, girl. Yeah, we dancing on the floor. Me and you private trips, girl. Yeah, I know that you need a ride. Come girl, have a good time. You come be my baby. I'ma be your man too, yeah. Just for tonight. Come girl, have a good time. You can be my Beyonce. I'ma be your J too, yeah. Just for tonight. Come girl, have a good time. You can be my Beyonce. I'ma be your J too, yeah. Paradise, where you wanna be. Close your eyes, put your mind on me. It's been a while, you passed my way. I'm not your man, but I'ma love you too. Me, I never let you go. Me, I never let you go. Girl, come close. I just wanna touch you slow. I just wanna touch you slow. Touch you slow. Baby, we can do it on the low. Baby, we can do it on the low. We can do it on the low. Ain't nobody gotta know. Ain't nobody gotta know. Yeah, control the girl. There's no need to hit my road, girl. Yeah, we be dancing on the floor. Me and you private trips, girl. Yeah, I know that you need a ride. Come girl, have a good time. You come be my baby. I'ma be your man too, yeah. Just for tonight. Come girl, have a good time. You can be my Beyonce. I'ma be your jet too, yeah. Just for tonight. Come girl.
Yes, guys, welcome back here. This is our show, The African Diaries. You can reach us on our Instagram page at The African Diaries Show, and on Twitter, the Black Hotspire Network, the Black Hot Fire Network, and on our YouTube there's Black Hot Fire Network. And so guys, we were looking at what the government is doing to enhance the economy of Africa, or else to improve the economy of Africa. And the government is doing the most to improve the economy of Africa. And for instance, the government is doing the most by providing funds to fund some of these projects. And yeah, with that, we can see the economy will grow. The government is also doing good in the providing funds for infrastructure. Yeah. And with good roads, we can be able to do our marketing well. We can be able to bring our goods to the market very well. And with that, our economy will continue growing. And I hope you enjoyed the show. And thank you for the few who subscribed. And welcome, guys, to our next show. Yeah. And thank you very much.
Exclusive on PSC Production.
Entertainment production. Social media, you don't get it in the new bayana. Social media, you don't get it in the quality channel. Like a good presentation, people in my demo. Social media, you don't get it.